Hello, hello. Welcome back, bookies.
Hi guys,
I'm Celeste.
I'm Tiffany, and
this
is the Happy Hour Book Club.
Today we're going to be talking about Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score.
What a good book, you
I
guys.
know.
I could not put this one down.
So, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Let's go, girls.
So, before we start off, we're going to say what's in our cup this week.
So, in our cup this week, we have a bottle of red. Cheers.
A red blend.
Yum. This book, it's tropes, which we love. Enemies to lovers, sunshine to grumpy, mistaken identity,
I know.
and small town vibes.
I know.
Love it.
So, Naomi, a runaway bride, has been called by her twin sister, Tina.
Her evil twin sister, Tina.
To basically come and help her in this small town in Virginia. When she gets there, she finds an 11-year-old niece, no sister, and a grumpy old Viking. Not really old, but very sexy.
I'm very, yes.
Knox has my heart.
Knox Morgan doesn't like drama. He's very
To himself.
Yeah, very like bad boy vibes, but like also doesn't give a fuck vibes. Honestly,
But he has a lot of trauma, and that stops him from pursuing things.
honestly, one of the first things he tells her is, "Babe, like you're not my type."
Yeah.
And then and there, I knew, oh, he's gonna fall so bad.
Of course.
It's gonna hurt. So Naomi is in this small town called Knockamount, and she's greeted by all of these people who think she's her twin sister the entire time, Tina. And Tina has made quite the reputation for herself in this town. It's a good thing that Naomi is now taking care of Tina's 11-year-old daughter, Waylay, which that name was like not my favorite name, but
Okay, can we talk about how the dog is Waylon and the daughter is Waylay?
but Waylon makes
No,
more
that's
sense
how
because
it was
it's
just like Waylon. Waylon.
Waylon would have been with an E. Oh, you're so right. I was reading it
Waylon
wrong
and
the
Way.
entire
But
time.
either way, it's super similar.
It is super similar.
So
thought
I
it was
kept
weird.
forgetting like which one was the dog.
That was the only part that I was like, what is going on
I
here?
know.
I don't like that.
I know.
But,
it wasn't my favorite name.
But yeah, Naomi's just trying to pick up the pieces that Tina's kind of like left behind. And all in the process, she's being semi-helped by super sexy bearded Viking, Knox Morgan.
And his brother, Nash, sexy police officer.
Like, this could not be any more like two polar opposite brothers. But obviously they're both super sexy, and she could have fallen for either one of them
I know.
if Knox would have let Nash get anywhere near her.
I know. And their grandma, such a sweetheart.
And the grandma, Lisa J.
I know.
I loved her. So basically, they have to go through all of these ups and downs. Naomi ends up getting a job. Obviously, she ends up finding out that the boss of said job is Knox. And, you know, they kind of have like this like back and forth between each other. There's a lot of banter. There's a lot of
back and forth, sexual tension rising.
a lot of sexual tension going on the entire time.
It's like traumatic love falling.
Yeah. Because they both have a lot of trauma that they both have to work on.
And basically, the book is about whether they want to get through the trauma, get over it, to be with each other or not.
Let's get into who we thought the characters were.
Yeah.
So for Naomi, okay, Naomi is literally a twin with Tina, and they're practically identical. Like, they had different hair, and that's the only reason why people kind of saw the difference. Who better than Mary Kate and Ashley?
Okay, I see it. But Phoebe Buffay, Ursula was literally her evil twin.
I know.
And then there's literally a whole episode of like people think that Phoebe is Ursula, so like they don't like her, and she's like, "No, I'm Phoebe. That's my evil sister."
You know what the thing is? I have not watched Friends. Sorry.
And this
This
where
is our last
Tiffany
episode.
leads. So for Knox, who did you see?
Okay, if you've seen Sons of Anarchy, Knox Morgan is Jax Teller. And there's like, honestly, for me, no room for debate. Charlie Hunnam is Knox Morgan. Like, the blonde, like the Viking look, like, oh my God. And like every time that like him and Naomi would fuck, she would always be like, oh my God, he's so ripped, he's so this, he's so that. You literally look up Jax Teller and it's just pictures of a six pack. Like, it couldn't have been more perfect for me. That's who I thought of this entire book.
I saw Liam from Forever My Girl because he has like the country, like, you know, and he's like
the
rough
charm.
around the,
Yeah, I feel
like
that.
a sexy Southern man.
I would have seen it. I just didn't think of Knox being Southern. I know it's like a southerny town, but I didn't get the vibe of himself.
No, I super did. Like Liam from the movie fit like the perfect description.
For Nash, if you've seen season 1 of Shameless, there's this cop that's obsessed with Fiona. He actually ends up being gay, if I remember correctly. But anyways, his name is Anthony Flanagan, and that's who I saw as Nash the entire time.
I see it.
And it just worked out because either way, like, he plays a cop in Shameless. So I'm like, oh, Nash is a cop. Perfect. And, okay, for Waylay, have you guys seen, I think it's like America's Got Talent, that there's this girl, Grace, with a ukulele, that she has like bangs. Now she's kind of gone crazy from what I've seen on TikTok. But like in that specific, like auditioning tape, she's like with a ukulele and she's singing. That's what I thought of as Waylay. I thought of like Waylay as like this skinny little girl that she's so cute and like she's actually so good, even though her mom Tina is like absolutely awful.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of saw as Grace.
For Lisa J.
Miley's grandma.
The one from the Hannah Montana movie that they go to the house.
Her mom's mom?
Yeah.
I thought Lisa J was like kind of rough around the edges.
Like I pictured like Forever My Girl meets like Hannah Montana movie vibe.
Oh, that's cute. This book has a lot of like different, I feel like it has a lot of different plots going on at the same time. And I'm really excited about it because this author is actually going to be coming out with more books following some of the characters.
Yeah, I think the next book is following Nash.
Yeah, the next book is following Nash. And then one of the female characters that we meet in the book, there's like this, I don't want to say inner circle, but kind of that.
Like a little group of like a clique.
Like a
friends.
clique that Nash and Knox grew up with. Like kind of. And I feel like those characters are gonna get their own stories, and I'm really excited about that.
I know. I would love.
I would love like a peek into Lucien. I would love to know more about that.
I want to know how he got into his lifestyle.
His like lifestyle, and then like he has some major beef with the librarian.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, that. Cause we don't even know what happened.
I know, and we're not gonna know until she ends up writing that book. And I know I have such a strong feeling she's gonna write that book.
Oh my God, we need to know. So, how do you feel about the nickname Daisy?
I was obsessed with it. I thought it was so fucking cute.
I know, and I love that it's like.
I love that the cover of the book has daisies.
I know.
I love when they give each other nicknames.
I know.
When he creates a nickname for her, top 10.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Do you like that Naomi ended up with Knox, or do you kind of wanted her to be with Nash? Nash would have been the obvious choice because he would have been too nice, too clean cut, and I feel like Naomi didn't want that.
I think the smut would have not been as good
100%
had it been Nash.
100%. But I will say this. In the next book, if it is about Nash, which I'm like 99% sure it is, you're going to tell me Lucy Score is going to write some absolute foul shit.
Yeah, but like, you know, not everyone could be
into the same shit, I guess.
Yeah, like
you're not wrong.
You know,
yeah,
maybe like they wouldn't have meshed. Whatever,
no, you're right.
You know,
you're right.
Or maybe he's like a rough love maker, but Knox is like a fucker.
Yeah. The first time they have sex, Knox walks down the stairs, and he's like, "Daisy, babe, what are you doing down there?" And Naomi's parents are down there.
I know.
Like they're obviously having sex. Like so now they have to be fake boyfriends. So obviously Naomi's gonna catch feelings. Obviously.
Well, and also he was a really good fake boyfriend. They both blurred the lines.
Yeah, they did.
But really he would always be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do amazing things, and I'm always here for you." But I'm traumatized, so I cannot actually be there for you. But I'm gonna fake it in a way where you think it's real.
And when he has sex with her one last time before he breaks up with her, before he's like, "Oh, this isn't gonna end up working out. I don't know." He takes her to a goddamn diner to break up with her, so she doesn't make
jail.
Oh my God, that hurt my heart so much.
Immediately no. Jail.
Immediately no. After that, I was like, what the fuck?
I was so pissed at him. Because first of all,
he would have never recovered
He obviously
from that.
makes her fall in love, but he makes us fall in love with like the idea of them and
Yes.
him and like her, like
Yes.
they just were thriving together and he just shat on it.
No, that was so upsetting.
And I don't really like that he does bring his trauma like into everything. Like, don't get me wrong.
He made it his whole personality. He
Yeah,
did.
like it's fine to be traumatized, but like this poor woman that you don't even know
She's
and
like
you
in
just
love with
met,
you. She's so in love with you.
and
It's
she
so
did nothing
obvious.
wrong to you. You're treating her bad because you haven't gone to therapy.
I know. Because he's scared to love her and lose her. Because, you know, the whole
But
thing.
like, you could love her and lose her or whatever, but like, you only lost her because of you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have lost her.
I
And
thought the way
that's-
they got back together, too, was like so much. Like, immediately he saves her as like a damsel in distress type of vibe.
But like, I really like this when Waylay said
Oh my
her
god, when
piece.
Waylay rips him a new asshole.
I
Yes.
saved it.
Girlie is 11 years old and she is so emotionally intelligent.
I know. Oh my god, wait, what is
Especially when you have a mom like Tina. I feel like you kind of have to be.
Yeah,
But,
Tina,
I
you know,
mean-
one thing about her, she taught her daughter how to
Uh-huh.
He goes,
Yes.
"How did soccer practice go? I meant to swing by, but..." And she says, "Okay, but you don't have to pretend Aunt Naomi and me are used to people not wanting us." That broke my heart.
That broke my heart. But I'm
And
happy
then
she said that.
Yeah, but he decides to say, "I'm serious, kid. You two are too good for me. Sooner or later, you both would have figured it out. You deserve better." Ladies and gentlemen, the smartest girl in the world. If you really thought that, you'd be working hard to be good enough, not dumping us like we're trash.
Mm-hmm.
Drops the mic. And that's all that had to be said.
I was reading that and I was like, I'm so happy she said something.
And I'm glad that's coming from an 11-year-old.
I know, so he can kind of really feel bad.
Yeah, because if a child thinks that, you're like, wow, damn.
Yeah. So Tina comes back after like being gone the entire time. She tricks Naomi.
Steals money.
Naomi, sometimes I wanted to slap her silly.
Yeah.
Come on, think about it for a
But
second.
also, like, you don't really think your sister would do something like that.
But her sister has done so much. It
I
even said in
know.
the book, like, her sister, when she would have past boyfriends, her sister would have the boyfriend cheat on them with her and, like, do all of these awful things. Like, the sister was never a good person.
I know.
So, like, I don't understand why Naomi kept giving her chances.
I know.
But I do really like the way that Naomi stepped up for her sister anyways, took care of her kid, wanted to
Yeah.
adopt her. And I liked how, in the end, Tina gives her parental rights.
Yeah. I like that she, like, had no idea what she was doing, but she's like, we're doing this together.
Yeah.
Because we both kind of were put in this situation where, like, we have no idea what to do.
What did you think about at the end when Knox, like, saves her and he's like, we're getting married? I thought it was too soon. I didn't like how, like, she just kind of was like, okay. You know?
I like that he said it. I don't like her response.
Yeah.
Because it's almost kind of, like, satisfying. Like, he finally realizes what he has. But at the same time, it also felt like she was kind of waiting around for him to come back and be like, okay, I finally got my things together.
Yeah.
I would have, like, made him work a little
I feel like he
harder
should have worked a little harder, but
to,
I
like,
mean-
appreciate it even more.
I mean, the Tina drama was, like, literally the last couple chapters, so
I know. Over, like, a
I
year's
liked the
period.
length of the book. I honestly thought the
A
almost
lot of
600
people-
pages.
Said it was a little long.
I mean, do I think a couple scenes could have been cut? Maybe, but
Yeah, but, like,
I
there was
enjoyed
also,
them.
like, a whole bunch of smut, and I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad about it at all. I have like at least 8 red tabs.
Yeah.
Do you guys tab your books? I
Sometimes,
absolutely
sometimes.
need to.
I did, like, now for, like, certain things.
Yeah,
but-
because I need to go back to the book and feel something. You know?
So I didn't really like that Naomi said thank you to Knox for, like, taking a chance on her and Waylay and, like, staying with them, basically. Like
He should be literally on his hands and knees, like begging, like every day, like I'm so
like
sorry.
I just was like,
I love the book
That's
so
fine.
much, which is why like I feel like I didn't want it to bother me, but I was just kind of like, I feel like you let him go too easy, but she was still so in love with him, you know.
I know.
So
But, like, I see where she
And
might
I just
have
think-
said it, but
I just kind of wonder like if Tina hadn't kidnapped them, like would that have happened?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
something to think.
true.
What do you guys think? Let us know. We're gonna have a whole poll in our stories and our comments. We want you guys to let us know because We love this book. I honestly rated
really
this.
like this
I rated
book.
this a 4.5 out of 5. I love this book and I would read it again.
Why did you take 0.5 off?
Because it literally irked me the way that she was just like, okay, Knox, like,
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with
That
you.
was
I'm in
like
love
big
with you.
enough to.
That was big enough because I was like,
What
he
you're
thought so
saying.
little of you, not so little of you, but so little of himself to do that, and then all
Or
of a
like
sudden
he
he's
didn't
like,
want to like or like better himself. Or
yeah,
whatever.
like he should have figured it out while he had it instead of ruining it to then get it back. And that was the only part
And
that
he
I
was
was
only
like,
getting it back because she was
kidnapped. So
Yeah.
again, would he have tried to be with them had they not been kidnapped? So let us know what you guys think. So this wraps up our 3rd episode of Happy Hour Book Club. Guys, thanks so much for tagging along and just listening to me and Celeste
talk.
ramble, you know?
Yes.
Next week on the podcast, we're going to be reading the Twisted series, all 4 books by Anna Hung. We know this is a lot. Maybe you guys won't be able to read through all 4, but we will be touching base on each one. So read whatever you can and come back when you read all 4, you know?
And so that's all we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Instagram is happyhourbookclub.podcast. TikTok is happyhour.bookclub.
We're going to be reading some books in between too. So when we do so, we will be letting you guys know. So you guys can read along with us if you feel like you too read
and
a little bit faster.
Talk with us about the books that we're in between and stuff. Also, please subscribe, rate, comment on the podcast page. We want to hear what you have to say, whether you like it, whether you don't like it.
And yeah, guys, thanks so much again. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Celeste.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye. Bookies.